Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome. How are folks doing? Hey, Kittrell. Hey, JD. Hey, Martin and Hellspark. Hey, Malfrey. George and Pat. Dozer and Rod. How are folks doing? Hopefully, we'll have a pretty relaxed day of tuning this up after traveling for Rocky Mountain and look closer at this model we're going to build so I can get started on printing parts for it. The goal to do June's member stream, building the first parts of that thing. Mr. is doing his usual start of stream thing. Hey Thomas, hey Andrew, hey Evie, hey Ross. It's been busy. It's been busy. So, hey Joy Monkey. So like I said, hopefully we'll have a real chill stream, just kind of messing around with this. Figure out what we need to do to get this thing. I just need tool 0 and 1 changing reliably. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Because the idea is this Casadio Impr3za. Let's go ahead and check that out. I had to reboot the computers. We had a power outage the other day. And actually, since that power outage, my main computer in the other garage has decided that every once in a while it just wants to crash. So that was the motivation to actually switch over to the Mac now. So I'm using the MacBook as my main machine, finally. How's everyone here doing? What projects are you working on? What are we going to chat about today? Hey John, hey Raj, hey Lord Getface. Let's see here. Dude, you are insistent. There's a link in the description. Cults 3D. That is the main site that Casadio hosts these on. I think if I search for Casadio, we'll have a bunch of stuff. Scroll through here, we should see. There's the Impr3za. Hey Tuxedo, hey Paul, hey Collie. 0LGSC 0. What is that? Hey Alan. Whew. What is the 0LG? Is that the Mercury one? Stealthchanger. Hey Biga. Big AF. Sorry. I think so. I dropped my contacts the other day, and I think I mixed them up. So can't quite see quite as well. They're very close in prescription between my eyes, so it's very subtle difference, but I keep switching back and forth, not deciding which is the better thing. And I don't really want to swap them out because I only have 2 weeks on these. I'll probably swap them out right before my trip. That way I don't have to worry about it there. Hey Nathan. The Mercury one, got it. Hey Gurgman. So this is the Impr3za. It's 22B inspired. It is a really cool. I bought these files as soon as I knew about it. I've had them for quite some time. Fortunately, there's been some updates, so the model's been improved over time. So we're probably at a really good point for building this. Just go through a few of these nice pages, but if you look at these, kind of tell a lot of them that require supports. 3D Sets does a really good job of modeling in supports and minimizing the need. That wasn't necessarily a priority here, so And that's why, kind of one of the reasons I've been holding off on this build until I had a good way to do incompatible material supports. So this will all be PLA with PETG supports. But so much really cool detail into this model. The seats are pretty rad. Here, Goby. But lots of parts. Lots of parts. And I'll be pretty much duplicating this color scheme. I kind of got to do a World Rally Blue or similar. So, but yeah, you see, there's so much to this. I'm expecting it to turn out well, since we can do 0 interface supports. But yeah, see, the seats just look so cool. I wanted to get here to the drivetrain, because this is what we'll be starting with there. So that's, you kind of build the drivetrain all on its own. So yeah, really cool. So speaking of that, now the plan is, don't have a whole lot of black PLA, so I think I'm going to do the Galaxy Black Filament for the drivetrain and chassis. I've got some Polymaker PETG for supports. And then for the body, I got this quite some time ago with this model exactly in mind, but this is Protopasta's High Five Blue, metallic blue HTPLA. And that is just going to be, I'm expecting that to be pretty fantastic. Exactly, John. Exactly. And then for the wheels, I got some, what is it? What Carat Smooth Gold. And we'll try that. I also have the Viva Lebrons from Filament that we can try and see which one looks better. But that's the idea. So today's testing, though, will be mostly working on chassis stuff. So do some Filament Galaxy Black with the PETG supports, if we make it that far. I expect to. We won't finish any prints, but we'll do some tuning and stuff. Oh no. So that was the "but first" in the title there, Tuxedo. But first, we need to get to a point where we can print it. What's the BOM cost? I honestly have no idea. I have most of it. But okay, you need treats. Hey, Chevron. So there are, we can go looking for it, but there are, what is it? 3D Print RC or something. There are places where you can buy BOM kits for this. Okay, one more. You ready for one more? Oil change on my lawnmower this morning. Oil changes are awful. I agree. Here, we clean off my finger. That one too. Thank you. Okay. Now you're gonna go to your favorite place up on top of the printer. Let's see. Casadio Impr3za part kit. Yeah, this one, rcprinter.com. Hey, Brent. So, hardware kit. I am probably going to buy one of these just to get all the fasteners. But hardware and servo kit, and then hardware, motor, and ESC kit. So it looks like they sell it for about $150. That doesn't seem too terrible. I have most of this. I think I already have the motor, that kind of stuff. So I may just get a hardware kit. I'm not really a fan of these 20 kilogram servos. They're so inconsistent in their quality. So I usually go with a different. Hey, Friction. Now, remember, hardware kit is not motor speed control. This is just bearings, springs. Now, the default build for this uses printed shocks. So it doesn't actually have shocks. It has springs. They're not damped. And that makes a big difference in these cars. So one of the small things I had waited on for this build was the compatibility of RC style oil-filled shocks. And that, I'm pretty sure, is in the files now. We can check. Let me bring this up. So here under print files and RC and Casadio. Hey Tuxedo, thanks for being a member. I think is this mark 4 years this month of members streams? I think so. Hey Dr. Dave. So these are the files. Let's go. What is an extra? Hybrid shocks. What is that? Let's see what these look like. Oh, different parts for that. I need to figure out what hybrid shocks means then. Friction, thanks for being a member. No, I think it's right at 4 years this month. Thanks, Thomas. No support. What is that? I don't know what that is. It's a Safari pack, which I'm not doing. Ooh, step files. What parts are in step? I think that's a tire, that bottom one. But really, where we go, oh yeah. And it is not friendly. I have no idea what these are until I open them. So. Andrew, thanks for being a member. Terrible names. Yep, for sure. Are you gonna go up there? Okay. Yeah, maybe I can move this for you, make it a little easier for you. There you go. Begley, welcome. Magneto, welcome. There's an SCL thing you can install that gives you previews in File Explorer. I need to do that at some point. But if we look, oops, that's not what I wanted. What is the first? Oh, test print. They are printable. Mm-hmm. And then we get, I think, right into, why are you taking so long? Yeah, gears, transmission, drivetrain stuff. They don't seem to be super concerned with fillets towards build plate. Not super happy about that, but whatever. Dr. Dave, thanks for being a member. Lots of things. Lots of screws for reinforcement. That's what a lot of these holes here are, is just screws going in that are reinforcement for the printed parts. I wanted to get to the first casing part because these are the, yeah, here we are. So this is the first part that I really want to do supports on, even though it can probably get away with none. I think it'll turn out better if I do supports along the bottom of these. Morning, Bill. Oh, and things like that. That surface right there is really going to benefit from some support. So this is the kind of thing. First live stream was on Try and Build Hangout Part 2 4 years ago. So there is a Part 1. You have to go into the videos because for the first one or whatever, it was done in Discord and then uploaded to, does it done in Discord? And then uploaded to YouTube. Oh, I saw that, Pegley. I need to revisit that at some point. But yeah, lots of printing, very cool detailed parts. But yeah, and that's a good example. That'll definitely need supports. So anyway, the expectation, although today we're focusing on the Stealthchanger, I'm going to hopefully be distributing this print across at least the Stealthchanger, the Index, and if I can get to it, the Mad Max would be a good one to add as well. I made better wire routing. Well, that's good. I have no idea when I'm going to get to that. I've got every time I think I'm wondering what I'm going to do for content, the schedule gets full fast. You guys were, if you were here last Sunday, the person was talking about the rat rig. That's looking like it's going to happen. So finally, I've been talking about wanting to build a rat rig on here just to see the build process and how that goes. That's, by all indications, that's going to happen. I'll know within like 2 weeks for sure. But that'll probably happen this fall. That'll probably start this fall. We need a droid build. I know, Brent. If I can get it once this thing is done, that would be a good next project here on the member streams, is start working more with Ethan and get our DOs going. So Tuxedo, about the vertigo. Good question, Tuxedo. So Sunday was frustrating, not because of any one big problem. It was just death by 1,000 cuts. Just so many little things. Nothing that was build breaking. There was a couple of things that we really weren't sure were going together right because it wasn't documented right. And I think they took it to heart. They are working on the documentation. I did offer them up the idea of skipping this weekend to give them some time, and they're doing that. So skipping this weekend means that they get 3 weeks of shoring up documentation. So we'll be revisiting it when I get back from Japan and getting back into that build. So what flavor rat rig? The 300 VCore 4.1. So I think pretty much, but I think just Core XY. I don't know, by the time we get there, I don't know if I'll do enough to do hybrid. Core XY, I don't think I want to do IDEX. I don't think I want to bother with IDEX. But maybe the hybrid Core XY. We'll see. I don't know what it comes with. I don't know the exact details of what is arriving here and what I need to fill in, what gaps I might need to fill in. Speaking of documentation issues, Cascade manual doesn't match the CAD. Report an issue, Brent. Report those issues. If you see anything. Okay. Yeah, so much printing. This is print 6. What's print 7 look like? So my goal is to get ready, get these parts printed so we can do June and work on the chassis for this. I don't know, Bill. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Oh, he's down. I'm thinking I'm gonna wander around and grab printers, and we're just gonna do a hangout and work on printers. Get as many into a printing state as possible. I think that's the idea. And it would be good anyway, because I'm getting cramped on time to get ready for my trip. So a good 3-hour stream tomorrow sounds really good. Okay, let's go. Let me turn this thing around so we can point this. Maybe we'll move this thing closer. Maybe something like that. There we go. Same thing as every day. Yep. Let's see you build a... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So... We're doing... painting and flooring. Ooh, fun. Okay, let's go ahead and power this thing on. So what happened is, it took this to Rocky Mountain. All the hustle of getting things ready, getting things printing at the show. I set this up to do just a random tool change demo. I think I set it to like 20 or something to start, and it dropped a tool, which means the alignment, dock alignments did not survive the trip. So I think we just need to go through and double check and clean up at least tool 0 and 1. And then we'll get into working on tuning for a print. Hey, Martin. So I don't know what exactly happened, but there is... Oh, it's on here. Okay, so we're all ready. I've got two spool holders on there. Oh, I don't have the second back here, and I don't have the PTFE going to there. That's fine. We can get all that set up once we're actually ready to print. It is on. Close this. Let's go to B2 blue. Just get that closer to level before I do a home. I have not installed the little PCB end stop thing yet. Okay, I want to do that home again. I want to see the X and Y homing a little closer. Hey, Spectra. Hey, 1066. Okay, no problems. I thought I saw it shift when it did X, but it did not. QGL. Hey, Bob. I've been working on something else that I will hopefully have completely ready by the time the next event comes up. Oh, what happened there? Why does this keep turning off? No, give me a second. Hey, Keith. Hey, Joel. Getting this ready for booth networking setup. So this is Alan Mandick's 10-inch printed mini rack. And well, the next event I'm taking printers to, Bob. Yeah. Hey, Neil. Neil, I have always had trouble printing PC Blend without warping, unless I print it on a Prusa. And I haven't actually gone through and checked the settings to see what I'm doing wrong. It prints fantastic on the Prusa, but I cannot get it to print on anything else. There's no good reason for that other than some setting it doesn't like. I'm being too loud. The door got closed. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, this turned out really well. This is printed in Polymaker's PETGF, red and black. And then that just finished QGL. And then I've started printing device pieces. So this is my Unify Express cloud gateway. That'll go in here. And then I'll have a 8-port PoE switch. This is GF and not PET-G. PET, not PET-G. Different stuff. Use the PC blend settings and Prusa slice of the print is stunning, but still warps at the highest chamber temp I can do. Yeah, I couldn't get it to not warp. Also, the prints I was doing on the Prusas with it were smaller, so maybe it's just a size print thing. But anyway, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have a 8-port PoE switch, and then I'm gonna have a couple of spots to tuck the little switches. And then, yeah, the thing I need to do though is I want to make my own PDU, because all of the 10-inch rack PDUs out there suck. So I'm just gonna make a power inlet with some ports on the other side and fuse it and call it good. So anyway, that was an interesting little thing I've been working on, and it's turning out pretty well. You already got treats, you know. Okay, this is done. So let's rehome Z. Use one of the LDO fused inlets. Well, I'll use a fused inlet, yes. But then I've got to buy a bunch of panel mount outlets for the other side. And just have the bottom of that, the bottom 1U of that be just power. Dude, you are relentless today. Okay, now... Thank you, Andrew. He gets all the pets. He may not like some of the pets. Ow! He got me. He needs his claws trimmed. Anyway, oh, you got me good. Okay, let's do a tool change and see what happens. Yeah, if you see something, Scope, I have an idea. I don't think it'll be very difficult to model. What's the plan? So the plan today is to get at least tool 0 and 1 realigned, because I think it was tool 1 that I dropped at the show. It was either tool 1 or tool 2 that dropped at the show, and figure out why. Get it back to tool changing reliably, when I did transport it, I didn't transport it with the tools in the docks. They were sitting on the bed on a towel. So, but something shifted. Something shifted in any case. So, who did the Photoshop for the thumbnail? That is the most lazy photo editing I could do last night for the thumbnail. It works really well to take that picture on my iPhone and then do the little crop just the car. It works pretty well. It makes a transparent background and everything. And then I just pasted it into the editor. Okay, let's go ahead and move this thing up. What is the height this needs to go? I think it's like 280. I think it's 280. Where we get it a little closer to what it's doing. And no, that's not for you to knock over. Hey, Killer Prince, welcome. Thought about machining a 10-inch rack? Nice. Should. Okay, and then I guess we'll just grab a tool. And let's get a better view at this. Let's just swap the tool. Okay, grab that fine. Let me do that again. Just get a better look. It's over here because I want to be able to get to that side of it. Here. There we go. And oops. That not set up for this. There we go. Oh, dude, you are so relentless. You got treats. Okay. Back to tool 0. Have you run input shaper? Curious all these added parts if it skew the results. Have we run input shaper on this? Okay, those two are looking really good. I'm not seeing any weird extra movements between tool 0 and tool 1. Yeah, it's not catching on anything. So let's try tool 2. Okay, let's go tool 1. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe transporting it home reversed whatever it did. Oh, this was sitting on something that left a residue on the side of the tool. You have some promising new space where you're moving, Killer Prince? Yeah, that's all looking really good. Let's do that again. Okay, let's try 3. DM me the photo. Awesome. That's good. Let's switch it back. I don't know why it failed at the show. All these are looking really good. Like I said, maybe whatever shifted back on the way back. Yeah. I was expecting to have to deal with stuff on this, so maybe we'll just go into tuning. We'll just do some print tuning. Yeah, I don't see anything that we need to do with that. So let's do some slicer tuning and see how this goes. I didn't like the return to sea level. It didn't like it. The atmospheric pressure at 5,000 feet was was too much for it. Okay, let's get this loaded up with the Galaxy Black. Let's see if we can be stealthy enough. Actually have. There we go. Nope. He has a knack for knowing when the camera is turned on. We haven't had a cat cam in a while. Okay. Let's put this. Oh, we need to set up. I get enough distance here. Yeah, we can get enough there. So I made these filament or PTFE holders, so I need to make little pigtails to go from here to there. These are what I made. Oops. So these clamp to the side of the extrusion. These snap onto there, and then a screw to hold it tight, and then they don't move. Then PTFE goes through here. So that is what we're doing. Now I need a bunch of, not that stuff, bunch of 2.5. Yeah, I think this stuff right here. PTFE. So there to there. Suppose just like that should be enough. So we'll cut this about here. There you go. Waiting for him to go back up there. And will that fit through there? It's tight, and that filled filament isn't surprising. So take this off and run a reamer through it. You streaming tomorrow? Awesome. Just grabbing a reamer here so I can clear out these. Just run through here. Still tight. There we go. There we go. Oops, not that one. That one. Let's go back on there. Hold that down. This will go in here. Right about like that. Hold that down. Need another one. This one will go about, oops, that's the wrong one. So these are mirrored because I wanted the screw hole on the other side, so I grabbed one that was a mirror. That'll go on the other side. Where did the other ones go? Where did I put those? They're here. I need this one. Make sure it slips through here. Yep, there we go. So it goes here. New, looks like new Trident is going to have something like this for PTFE holder. Working out pretty good. I don't have one out here. This will go here. It's really nice to finally have this, some of this being finished up. And then one more. Three over here. Probably something like that. Looks about even. Works out pretty well. I like it. I did get the brown filament. It's in the other garage. I haven't tried printing with it yet, though. Okay, and I'm just going to do this side, since we're only going to print with, at most, 2 filaments today. Yeah, I got the Overture brown ASA, and on the spool it looks fine. We'll see what it looks like when it's printed. Got to figure out when that build is going to be. You want to open your Lazy Susan Etsy store? LTX going to hook. LTX, what is LTX? What is LTX? I'll share whatever files. Whatever files. Oh, LTX Designs. Got it. Did you get the file? Are you doing the same one, or are you doing something custom? Okay, let's grab the filament now. Oop, right here. And get this moved in. Go. Now let's heat that thing up to get it loaded. Slightly custom, nice. Should be heating up. Gotta run. See ya. See ya, Bill. See you tomorrow. This is actually the spool holder side for the other side. I gave Taylor the one off of this side, the one with 3. But I already got my new extrusion, so I'll make a new one here. I gave him one at Rocky Mountain because 1515 is harder to get in Canada. So, for his index build. Okay, that is heated up. Let's extrude that. Yep, it grabbed it. And all these things with the Trident release. Yes. Well, so what'll happen is we're going to release Trident R2, and I'll release in my own repositories all the stuff for index and this kind of thing. So I'll get all those released. I need to make the 2020 version of this because that'll be 1515 isn't as easy to get. But I'm pretty happy with it for the amount of effort I put into it. I'm really happy with that. The idea just worked. I mean, I thought about things for a long time, and this is the plan that stood out as potentially most successful, and it worked right off. This thing. One more. Extrude. Plastic coming out yet? Another one. Okay, and another one. There it goes. I don't know what was in there before. Went to the start of the stream? Well, welcome, Steven. Okay, so that should be purged. Let's get the bed heated up. Actually, let's get some IPA cleaning on that. I finally settled on a container for IPA. These little twist top containers are really nice. I just got it off Amazon. Oh boy. Okay. That's not gonna work well at all. I need to figure something out there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be awful. This bed that I have on here. This bed that I have on here is new from Mandela Roseworks. It's the Firethorn bed. It is very rough texture. It just tore that paper towel up. So I'm gonna have little, I guess it's first layer fiber reinforcements. I'm just gonna try printing without. I haven't used it, so it should be clean. IPA may have an expiration date, but all it's gonna do is absorb water. It's just going to get less This is 99.9%. At a certain point, it'll be 99.5%. Okay, we're just going to leave that. Let's go ahead and heat this up. He says it doesn't need to be as hot. This is one of those plates that doesn't need to be run as hot as others. So we're going to heat it up to 50 and see what happens. But look at all the, you can see the shade difference because that's all fibers from the, oh yeah, all fibers from the paper towel. They're coming off pretty good with this toothbrush though. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That's awful. Yeah. I am so ingrained in my process to use a paper towel and IPA that this is a very rough. Like, I wonder how much he's relying on the texture of this thing for adhesion rather than anything else. Dentist-free toothbrushes is perfect for this stuff. Okay, this is all heating up. Let's look at our configuration, get a little refresher on where we're at. I'll leave a link to the squeegee thing for spreading IPA and NPA. Okay. What do we got here? Let's go here. And did we set up? I think we already set up. Is it in Stealthchanger and Tools? So if we look at T0, we have our 80XL. Did we put... Not here, but are they in printer config then? Let's go all the way to the bottom. We have not done input shaper on here. We have not done input shaper on here, and I'm going to want to for these prints. So, hey Sean, happy birthday to the kitties. Sean and Laura's kitties are a year old today. Happy birthday. I'm just making sure I didn't miss something here. So let's go here. Let's go stealthchanger.com. Printer part of the back of the printer is a specific mod, or do you make it yourself? That is part of the Stealthchanger stuff, Tiago. Okay, let's see. Calibration. It's in here. Is there anything in here? Here we go. Exactly, resonance. Not Oscar and Felix. So this is Sean and Laura's kitties. What are their names? Shoot. Orion and Andy. Here, these are open in browser. Sean and Laura's kitties. There you are. Orion and Andromeda. Still up there? Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Stealthchanger documentation. Typically, each tool headboard will have its own accelerometer for resonance testing. Each accelerometer needs to be given a unique name in Klipper so that it can be called directly. Klipper's resonance tester module only supports a single Excel chip to be set at a time. This means that anytime you want to run input shaper, the accelerometer chip needs to be defined to ensure the correct toolhead board is being used. You can also swap the accelerometer manually by changing the Excel chip and resonance tester. To run input shaper without changing the Excel chip and resonance tester, you can specify the accelerometer in the macros parameters. Did we install shake and tune on here? Let's see. Yeah, we did. Did we do any? We did. We did tests. Yeah. In March we did tests. Why are they not specified in the... Did I miss it? Tool changer. Tools. Did I set them here? I did not. Oh yeah, there it is. We did do it. We did it. It's in here. We don't have to do it again. And T1, I just scrolled past it. Yep, there it is. We did it. Awesome. We can go straight to print tuning. Very good. So let's close this. And let's bring up Impr3za Slicer. When you change, does console say new shapers? When you change, does console say new shapers? Let's see. Console. Yes. Yes, it does. It's got shaper changes in here. Every time we were changing, it was changing the shaper. Cool. Yeah, I mean, here I can refresher on the results. We can go, I don't know which is tools 0, probably down here. There's x-axis for tool 0, maybe. It's the oldest one on the list there. And then y-axis, super clean on the y-axis. You guys want to see the, have I shown the input shaper results for the index machine? Where did I send those? I've sent those off a couple of places. Input shaper results for the index machine. Is it turned on? Maybe I can get them directly from it. Everything's still plugged in? Yeah. Let's just turn it on. It'll be easier to get it directly from there than going searching for it. Pretty impressive. I'm powering on the index machine so I can pull the input shaper results from it. Shake and tune results, input shaper, here's X. Hey, Mastermind. So this is X for, this is all Trident R2 on the index machine. and then Y on the index machine. So, pretty pleased. I had to sneeze. Okay, let's go back here and let's choose our, did we do this? I think it's this one. Yep, there we go. V2 blue. And do I have a Stealthchanger? Yep, Stealthchanger PLA Prusament Galaxy. We already have a filament for this. Were you tempted on going to 9mm belts for R2, especially how you have supported motor shafts? No, because at least not in this revision, because the hardware delta. I'm very much of the thought that the core, the reference design should be super accessible. It should not be designed targeting the high end. We want to continue to have a super accessible, easy to build, easy to upgrade. And when you get into 9mm belts, your belt tensions, all that kind of stuff with plastic parts makes a whole other level of stuff. So, okay, so Prusament Galaxy, let's go ahead and choose that for all so it doesn't, maybe we'll put the PETG in the second one, but what do you recommend for implementing ability to print PPS? A hot end with a PT1000 that's capable of hitting 350. I just bought one of those Triangle Labs Dragon Ace Volcanoes. I haven't installed it yet. But by all accounts, I hear it's a good hot end for that. Generally, from what I'm seeing, a cartridge heater rather than a PTC ceramic heater is better for when you're getting up above 330, 340. So, chamber heating, no. Yeah, I run PPS CF at like 90C bed, and I think the chamber is probably hitting 50 or 60C on most of those prints. You definitely a warm chamber, but not necessarily heating. Just well insulated. Your 50 to 70C is going to be fine. Yeah, exactly, Mastermind. There's a lot more considerations when you go to the belt tensions needed for 9mm belts. Let me get these. I wish there was an easier way to switch all of these instead of having to pick them individually. Have I done anything with Calico yet? My Micron and my Index Trident are running Calico. Okay, and then do I have a specific profile for this? I don't think so. I think we'll just leave that right there. You know, so much of this is, we've already tuned Prusament Galaxy. Why don't we go straight to a a supported print and give it a try. What do you think? Let's print their test print real quick and then go from there. Let's print the printable 0. Let's just print this guy and see how that turns out and go from there. So that's just going to be that, slice it. And that's a, let's see what we can do. I don't think we can do much for, probably don't need 4 shells. Let's reduce the bottom layer and reduce the infill. There we go, a 30-minute print. Hey, Westside Fire, welcome. What do we need to do? Is everything good? Let me get my tweezers. Okay, that's at 50. Let's get this extruder at 150. Oh, I need to change so it doesn't, let's change this to 50. We'll see how PETG sticks at 50 as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it sticks pretty well to this plate, but we'll find out. That'll be a test here. Just clean that thing off. And the last thing, that thing moved down. There we go. Have you used the new main cell that's now in Trixie for the SPC? Wondered if there's any decent changes. I have not used it yet. I have not. Okay, I think everything is good to go. Let's do a quick home and QGL just at the bed temperature. I saw a bunch of things going on. There's been some Klipper updates lately, some main cell updates. And QGL. Major box turtle Klipper, yeah. Too much to keep up with. We should see more information on the California 3D printing bill on Monday. They held off on releasing their amendments to the bill that were submitted for the appropriations vote. Those are not fully disclosed yet. So before any real plan going forward is made, we need to see those amendments, and those are supposed to be released on Monday. Nighthawk is being redesigned again. Then which one, Neil? Because the Stealth Burner Nighthawk is, I think, not released yet, but will be, and it's a redesign. Or did you hear the Nighthawk 36? I don't know. Okay, cool. That is done. Z. Can you explain this legislation thing happened in the US? In California, it's a bill that's been submitted to the assembly that is requiring 3D printing detection and firearm component prevention technology to be implemented. Technology that doesn't exist. SPV2 is released? Oh, okay. They are requiring the technology be implemented that doesn't exist. It needs to be implemented by a little over a year from now. So, okay, let's go ahead and send this. What I recommend, so if you're interested in learning about this, watch 3D Printing Nerd Joel Telling's videos on it. He covers it very well. Those scripts are contributed and written by David Tobin, who has been the leader of this opposition. He's doing a fantastic job writing up the opposition and really pushing and meeting with people, actually doing things. David has been doing things, and that's been awesome. Okay, let's just send this over. Send it to the printer, upload and print. Now what's it doing? What is it waiting on? Apparently the extruder was too high. Why? Oh yeah, this whole sequence of events and the temperatures is just awful. No, it's not, Andrew Rogers. It's not. It actually passed with amendments. So it was in suspense status. If you look at the bill, they're trying to keep it alive by gutting it and making it even less effective. And this really isn't about, I mean, the premise of the bill is about guns, but the opposition to it is not about that. It's about this idea that you can prevent gun violence by preventing printers from working. It has, Andrew. It has. And I can show you. If we go, where is it? Is this the one? Where is the... Here, let's try this. I'm gonna bring up the page here real quick. Is this it? Here we go. So this is California legislative information. If you go to history, you'll see here on 514, Joint Rule 62A file notice suspended. This basically says that they were able to submit it without actually the 4-day required period, and that from committee, amend and do pass as amended. That's the latest status. We don't know how it was amended. It's looking okay. We'll know on Monday. We'll know on Monday. But you're right. Up until Friday, it was in suspense status, which is usually where things go to die. What's happened is they've amended it to the point of trying to just keep it alive. I went to the Capitol, not the Capitol, but the Assembly building, the Appropriations building in Sacramento, which is only like a block and a half from my work, on Thursday, and found out that they weren't going to. Well, that's interesting. Nope, that is completely failed. Hold on, where did that go? That is really awful. That did not stick at all. It's not too high. It's a bit too high. But I wouldn't have expected that to completely fail that quick. That's a blob. That's a blob inducing fail right there. That is okay. Let's try that again. And we'll give it one more try with this sheet. Let me bump this up. I need some actual stainless tweezers that don't stick to the magnets on the bottom of the tool head. See ya, Mastermind. Yeah, definitely glad I was around for the start of that. That was first layer fail, which would have resulted in a blob. This is all still full temperature, so let me actually stop that print. And let's get things back to temperature. Let's go to 60 C on the bed too. 50 C may have been too low. So the thing about this is this bill tasks the Department of Justice, California Department of Justice, with developing and managing and maintaining this fictional fantasy software. So what I would say is, if we can keep the discussion to the bill itself and not firearms and that stuff, that's where I'd rather keep this, because it's really not about, our opposition to it is not about firearms. It's about the disproportionate impact it's going to have to many areas that have nothing to do with that. Hey there, Ranch Kid. Just making sure this was oozing. I want to make sure it's clean before we go again. And we're going to go to this and bump this up to 60. And slice it. It would also be applicable to CNC mills now. I think that's in there, but I don't know for sure. Okay, that's there. That's up to temperature. I did want to bump this down here a couple of notches, a little closer. Let's go in by parts. Like I said, motocross, this isn't really about that. I know that's what the bill is trying to prevent, but the discussion is all around, we should be preventing that. This is not the way to do it. Right? We should be preventing the ability or gun violence. This is not the way to do it. Okay. I think we can just start the print. The problem is that if it goes by and everybody passes the buck saying, well, we'll let the courts decide, then you're costing a ton of money, a huge disruption in the industry, because all of this will take effect, and reversing that is so much work after the fact. Okay, so we moved it down a little bit and we've bumped the bed temperature. Steven, the title said Casadio Impr3za, but first, ... we need to get the printer ready to print them. The whole point today was just get the printer ready. And then get into what we're doing now. Tune it, see if we can get a print going. I'd like to get this print done and then start on a PLA PET-G print before the stream's over. So this is, if this goes, it's a little less than, should be less than a half-hour print for this test. We're not really, we're doing the test print that the Impr3za comes with. Kobe. Whatever. We're doing the test print to make sure that our tune is good and will work for this build. But you're right, it should be pretty close. The tune should be pretty close. Hey, Jeff. No, what are you doing? What? It failed. Oops. Retries aborting. Probe points range is increasing. 0.125, 0.11, 0.01. It's not really. And then it kills all the temperatures. We'll try it again. Yes, Neil. It has been, at one point it was considered releasing just the front idlers. Just to get them out there. See you, Brent. Okay, let's reprint the job. Try it again. I think part of this is I don't like the start G code on this is awful. There's no reason for this to be bumping the print temp up to full temp and then bringing it back down so it can do the start sequence. Liz, thanks for being a member. Happy Saturday. Speaking of Trident R2 and stuff, we are actual soon. It would be unwise to release when a trip is pending. Let's just put it that way. Actual soon. Liz, I've heard good things about the U1. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Well, let's put it this way. I'm leaving Thursday. I'm getting a haircut on Wednesday. I just ordered the extra pieces of luggage we need yesterday. I'm not doing a good job of planning ahead on this trip. Okay, that time it did it. I am going to Jerf. Yep. Almost stuck and unicorns have no face. Oops. Okay, this should be about to print. I get to meet Esoterical. I get to meet Esoterical in person. That's going to be fantastic. We'll see. Hopefully that sticks. I have no idea what Esoterical's real name is, so. Apparently the iPhone and iPods have Japanese live translate as a download, and I downloaded it, so. No, Esoterical is Australian. I'm fairly certain. Australian. So far, so good. So far, so good. I'll speak sort of English. I need to figure out, so being in Japan, in Tokyo, what's something I should be looking for that I can't get here that I want to bring back? Anybody have any suggestions? What can I not get here? What is soapy? What is soapy? Is this like handy, but soapy? Come on, Kiloprints. I would say don't look that up. I had no clue. I'm glad I looked that up on a non-live screen. Bitter cherry snacks. If I was still into, I used to collect little like Subaru STI toys and stuff. There's some of those that are pretty cool you can get in Japan that you can't get here. Green tea Kit Kat. I've had that. I've had folks at work have been to Japan fairly recently and brought some back. The matcha. Okay, let's see if I can, oops, bring this down. A little better look there. Secondhand stores have all kinds of nifty things. Looks like the temperature, maybe the closer, little closer to the plate, seems to have taken care of that. You really can't tell the difference between that top layer and the and the textured bed, huh? It looks exactly the same. Oh, let's see here. I'd be able to stuff an AutoZam AZ1. What is that? What is AutoZam AZ1? Oh, nice. I like little cars. Key cars. K? Key? K? How do you say that? Is this printing? No, it's not. I should use that. Moab, yeah. That thing is a beast. Fegley, did you see me shooting the one at Stefan CNC Kitchen Studio? Half an hour of loading it for 10 seconds of fun. See you, good face. You're doing the double backpack. So an hour of loading it for 20 seconds of fun. No, the number one topic of conversation when we were playing with that was, how do we make an auto loader? See you, Rod. Have fun. Hey, John. What is our print temperature? 230? Okay. Tommy's looking into that? Good. Awesome. The source of battery and charger. What size battery does that use? Does it use 2S or 3S? Oh, not that one. There we go. While we're waiting for that to print, this is that project spreadsheet that we worked on last month. Full build. I'm going to throw the 300 rat rig V-Core 4.1 in there. Nano lives in Tokyo, trying to get her to go to the show. First things maybe to look for. They have unique collections for Star Wars items, Godzilla stuff, tons of Kit Kats. Of course, Kit Kats. Do PLA with PETG supports on my K1 Max. Oh, awesome. Cascade, Founders Edition. No, but we have a very generous viewer who came on last Sunday and asked if I'd like a rat rig kit to build. And it's looking like it, by all indications, it's going to happen. So it'll be a V-Core 4 with the 4.1 upgrade. So it'll be some work to go through and make sure everything's there. Make sure that the instructions that are out there follow along with the parts I end up with. That kind of stuff. But I think it'll be fun. Yeah, this person is building some of their own. And they would very much like to see my take on the build before doing theirs. So very different from Boron. That's kind of the point there, Kel. That's why I've always wanted to do it, is because I want to just get the experience. So that'll probably be like September before we're starting that. Maybe October. Just looking at the stack up of projects. So, yes, it will be mine. I don't know for sure, but I think stock. But it doesn't mean that I can't order the parts to do whatever version we feel is the most fun. And probably build stock and then convert to one of the others. It's probably the way to do it. Rat rig build is very Voron soon. Yes. But this person that's sending it, they know the schedule. They know it's fall, and they were fine with that. So anybody who wasn't here earlier, we're not doing the Vertigo build tomorrow. We're giving the team some time to shore up their documentation. I don't think any one thing that we ran across was breaking, but we just ran into too many. So they're going to go through and clean things up, and we'll get back to it when I get back from Japan. So that means tomorrow is going to be kind of a variety, hang out and work on whatever printers I can fit in here that need some sort of work on it. So just hang out and chill. This will be a 300, the rat rig, which is the only one I would want to build. I don't have room for anything bigger. Barely have room for that. So yeah, timing worked out really well for the Vertigo. They need a little bit of time. They need to clean up some stuff, and they've already done some of it. But skipping one stream gives them over 3 weeks of extra time, so it's good timing. Yeah, even the 300 is large. Yeah, I know. This is going pretty good, time-wise. If you're going to keep trying to still at West 3D, well, I'm waiting for you to click buy. This says it's only 55% done, but it's got to be closer than that. It says 20 minutes left. I don't think so. It's been going for 18 minutes now. Looks pretty good from here. I'm going to start other prints on other printers. What do you mean? So for this build, the hope is to distribute the prints across the Index and maybe the Mad Max. But right now, neither of those are ready for me to send a print to. I need to take the toolhead apart on the Index. There's some cleaning up of the areas around the load cell and a little bit of grease on the Maxwell coupling balls, and we'll see what that does to the offsets that we saw that one stream. So, but yes, the intent, I'm hoping, is to get these printing. The challenge always with parallel processing the prints is you have to have that much more filament. You've not had much luck with ABS. West Side Fire. Should I dry it after opening before first print? Typically, ABS is not moisture sensitive. What color and what are the problems you've been having, West Side Fire? Silver ABS, I've always had to dry, but none others. Unless it's sitting out for a long time. Some of the KVP Stellar Blue I had was sitting out for years. It did improve after I dried it, but generally ABS I don't dry. ASA I dry, but ABS not so much. How much pressure does the index tool head need for the probe? I don't know a number, Robert, but it's not significant. It's similar to like Core 1 or Revo PZ or whatever. Resin, yes. I'm going to release the side spool holder. I had to dry red Polymaker ABS that absorbed plenty of moisture. I would suspect other causes if you're opening a fresh roll of ABS and having trouble. What temperature is your bed? What is the material? How well did you clean the bed? Oh, the humidity in here, according to the Sensibo. Let's see. Sensibo. According to the Sensibo, which is sitting over there next to the window, is 53% right now. That's true, Neil. What's the chamber temp? And is it enclosed? So my garage is reporting 53%. The weather report is saying the area should be about 31%. And the dew point is 43 degrees right now. What's your ambient temperature, West Side Fire? And what is the actual chamber temperature? Do you know? Air conditioning should dry the air though, shouldn't it? I should get a better humidity sensor. world? I can't remember the actual temps. I should probably start keeping notes. It's in the house, so can make condition space. So bed prep is super important. Don't just do IPA. First clean on a sheet should be with hot water and like non-additive dish soap. Like Dawn Blue is great. Dawn Clear, something that is an oil that will cut the oil. You can try some purple glue stick if you're having trouble, or some of the other things like Nano Vision Miner MPA. Link is in the description. There's an affiliate link for that in the description. But clean bed, a warm temperature or warm chamber, put a towel over the printer to bring the temperature up. The TH3D stuff I've had luck with, yeah. It's fine. If it's sized right, if it's oversized for the area, then it won't pull out the moisture. It could be oversized. I mean, it's a 24,000 BTU in a 20 by 20 space. Might be 20, it's a 24,000 BTU because the other shop is 12,000 BTU in a 10 by 17 space. 10 foot ceilings though too. We use Dawn Clear, use Vision Miner. 110 bed and a towel over the printer. Those are the next things that I would try there, Westside Fire then. Yeah, it's a mini split. They're both on the same condenser, 36,000 BTU outside unit, serving both garages. It's a ceiling cassette. It's up here. That right there. I wish I had a 5-car garage too. I could probably fit 5 key cars in here. Maybe 4. Maybe 4 key cars. Not with all the stuff that's in here, but. Four plus one in your pocket. This is almost done. It stuck a whole lot better that time. Hey, Willie Nelson. Cool. How long was that? 27 minutes. It said 36, it took 27. Almost 28. I got plenty of room for a model train layout. Okay. I think the stick was a little precarious. We'll keep going with it. Go. Okay, let's check this thing out. Maybe we do this guy, because this camera's fantastic. Bit of a seam there. What is this supposed to be? Oh, that's a bearing fit. Okay, do I have the right bearings for this? Let's see if the bearings fit. I've got a few bearings. A little bit of a selection here. Question is, what size is this? What are these? These them? Nope. No. Those aren't them. This guy. I don't think this is it either. Nope. Maybe. Let's see. This is sized for the bearings that are supposed to use for the build, but I don't think I have those in here. Let me see if I have them in my box that has spare parts from the RC stuff. Okay, I've got the 60 amp. I got a motor. I think that's an empty box. I think that actually might have, no, that just has extra parts from the 30 amps. There's an unopened 30 amp. Tires, lots of the 3D sets belts, more tires. there's a motor in there. I've collected a lot of parts for these things. Oh, there's the bearings. I knew I had those somewhere. I think that's 3D sets, but I'm wondering if it's the same size. Ah, yeah. That's a not fall off fit. What about this side? Yeah, fit pretty good. Those turned out really good. And then what is this? Is this for like threading in? Still maybe a little high on the bed. Very close to getting to make the first print. Awesome. That's good to hear. Let me grab I think these are sized for an M2 to thread into. So let's see how that does. Then we will make it a little closer to the bed again and try a yeah, that's threading in fine. I don't know if that's exactly what these are supposed to be for. Testing. Cool. But the bearing fit is the important, big important one. That is a nice press fit. Not too much trouble getting it out. Okay, let's start one of the I gotta go through and clean up so much of this stuff. But let's get a PLA PETG print going and see if it sticks to this build plate. Okay. Let's go here. Happy with that. And I think part 7, is that started? Let's go. Let's see, part 5. Nope. Part 4. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so like that area right there, I think needs support. Rotate that there. This in front. Then let's slice it and see what it looks like single color. Allow people in my workroom. Nah, people come over all the time. Okay, so if we look at this, look there, oh yeah. This area here isn't gonna print well. These will probably print fine, but this whole area here is gonna have all kinds of trouble. And this guy right there, those are gonna have trouble. Most of these will be fine, but I'm going to support them anyway, just for maximum, because I don't know what bearings go in different areas or whatever. So I think it'll work better. So let's set this up. I don't think infill needs to be very high because this is mostly a perimeters print. I do want it to go there, probably back to that, and then support material. We are going to go ahead and auto-generate organic supports, soluble, and I think we go there, and then multiple extruders. We're going to say support material extruder is 2. And I think this should be 2, but I'm not sure. And I think that one needs to be 2. We'll see what this looks like when we slice it. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's good. Because one of the big things when you're doing PETG and PLA is the tower can easily fail if you don't make sure that it has a the outer perimeters are the same material. Not using Boss. I haven't set it up. Let's go back here. So here, I usually like changing this to like a dark gray rather than black, just so things are easier to see. And then we'll make this one like a, let's make this something, even something like a light yellow or something. Let's see what this looks like now. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. You don't really need those to be supported. Can I... Here, let's go here, here, and let's do here. We're gonna paint on block supports. We're gonna block supports here. We don't need supports there, so let's try that. There we go. Is there anywhere else we should just specifically block supports? No, I think the rest is okay. We just didn't need those over there. Okay, and then this is a little thin. I'm going to put our, what is this? Multiple extrusions, and there is a stabilizer cone apex angle. Let's just say 30 degrees there. And if we go to platter and slice it, there, then we get a little stabilizing cone. Wouldn't it be easier to have two towers, one for each material? I don't know if the slicer supports that or not, but this is pretty, this works pretty good. So what our test here is one of the things we're gonna immediately be testing is if the PETG will stick to the bed at the temperatures specified. And if the tower is stable from the get-go. I'm pretty sure Orca has a block support feature. I would imagine it does. This is a good first. This is saying it's going to take about 4 hours. Let's see how it turns out. I'm just going to go for it. The other thing I wanted to check though was, oh, I need to load it, but I also need to check the filament. I know when I did this before, we're going to bump this to 65. Because when I was doing this on the index, the PETG or PLA with PETG supports, 65 worked pretty well. So I think I'm going to just preemptively do that. Let's go ahead and save that. And then here for the, this is just Sunlu, but yep, that's already set to 65 for the PETG. So slice it, and we need to load the PETG. I think, this is all good. This is all good. Let's grab tool 1. And heat it up. Good. Last time the supports were also PLA, but the interface between support and part was PETG. Probably. But I think it's more reliable if you're not worried about the material usage. And I'd probably rather be using this PETG than the PLA, to be honest. I think it's more reliable to leave the full support there because it's an incompatible material. So the surface area that it's laying down on for that interface layer matters. So if it fails there in that little layer, it's going to fail when you're way into the print rather than way down here. If this was expensive, actual soluble supports, then I think that has a much bigger impact on whether it's worth doing just interface layers. Let's go here. The part is PLA. Yep. Extrude. Yep, good. I caught it. Come on. You can do it. There it is. What did you set the end? 0. 0. Okay. Extrusion is pretty smooth, so I don't think that PETG is wet. Even though it's been sitting out, it's feeling it's not bubbly. Hey, Steve. Okay. Oh, the bed hasn't been heating this whole time. Let's get it heated up. So from that, looking for good Klipper macros. Fun. Okay, we're waiting for the bed to heat up, and then we're going to send this print over. It's almost up to temp. Oh, and I wanted to move. Oh, it changed the offset, so let's make that a little closer than it was last time. I may take a look at what it does when it actually starts. I'll pay more attention to when it starts, see if I need to baby step it some more. But at this point, I think we are going to want this to be warm. Hey, Surf. Okay, let's go ahead and send it. Upload and print. I really need to go in. Either see if they've updated the print start macros or fix them myself, because this whole starting the homing sequence with it at full temperature and then having to wait for it to drop is kind of dumb. Okay, now it should go. Boop. Boop, boop. Oh, the other thing, these are not immediately breaking when I squeeze them, so that's a good thing. Ow. This shoulder's really bugging me. Come on. Do it. You can do it. Sweet. It did it. Okay. Things are heating up. Okay. Let's... Nope. Grab you first. Okay. Sorry, my head might get in the way, but I want to see where this is at. It's actually looking pretty good as far as offset. Prime both of them. Yeah, I don't think I should change it. Now what's it doing? Waiting for extruder. Why is it waiting? What's it waiting for? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Dead level per Klipper docs when I send command test Z. Give me some gray. Oh, filament, so you can actually see it on the bed. Yeah. Unknown command test Z. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. That's pretty well stuck there. Yeah, that's all good. All this is looking pretty good. All the little details are staying where they should. There's no little flags of filament lifting anywhere. This will be the first part being printed. I'm excited. Oh, someone asked earlier about Trident Stealthchanger. It's a thing. I don't remember who asked about that. Spectra, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to do. You're trying to do some bed leveling, but what probe are you using? Is this an Ender 3? Is that the context I saw? You might not have quite the right combination of settings going for that. Oh, I need to be watching this. It looks good. Oh yeah. That offset is perfect. Yeah, that looks really good. Ender 3 CR Touch. Yeah, there's probably some combination of settings you've got there that isn't exactly what you need to be doing. But I think it's outside the scope of being able to troubleshoot that here in chat. Ender 3, I'm not sure where. You're welcome to post in the Discord here, especially in stream chat or even general chat, and see if anybody in the community can help you go through some stuff. I don't have a specific area for troubleshooting stuff like that. General chat is fine. The nature of the scrolling nature of YouTube chat makes that kind of thing really difficult to do midstream. That is looking really good as far as offsets. The PETG is sticking really good. The PLA looks like it stuck really good. We'll see how it does over the next couple of layers. Let you pick top chat versus live chat. Have it stay that way. Yeah, I have to change it to live chat every time. Mine's set on live chat, but the overlay gets a raw chat feed. I don't get to choose on the overlay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Did we, I want to check, did we have this extruder? Oh, it's only pulling back 10 millimeters. I don't know if that's enough. Retraction when tool is disabled. I'd like that to be a little higher just so it's not cooking the PLA while it's not cooking the PLA. Let's see. Yeah, the tower turns out pretty awful. I think the tower is going to fail. I think that sucks because the tower is going to fail, but the print itself is looking awesome. And part of that is if the PLA is cooking while it's docked, it's going to come out in that super liquidy form at first. So I think setting that retraction higher while it's docked is going to help that. So I'm going to have to cancel this. That sucks. Regardless, any tower isn't going to form well if it's overcooked PLA that it tries to start with. You know what I mean? If you ever let the PLA sit in the nozzle while it's heating and then forget and it just drizzles out, that's what I think is going on. Steven, you lose. So dock height is about 285 on this 300, which is about regular V2 300Z height, but you do lose a notch in the front of whatever size it is. I think it was like 100 millimeters deep, and I don't know if the slicer supports two different towers, but I don't think it's necessary if we can get that retraction tuned. I'm gonna let that keep going for a couple of layers. If nothing else, it'll be easier to take off the build plate. But what I wanted to change is here. Nope, not that. If I move this over here. So these retraction when tool disabled, advanced settings for multi-extruder setups. I want this to be like 25. I think Revo melt zone is right in that 20 to 25 millimeters long. So pull it right out of the melt zone and then it'll push it back and it'll do that bit of the tower. So pull those out, and I'm just going to change it for all of them while I'm here. Let's save that. Then I might up the, if we go to filaments and advanced, we can double this purge volume. It's still going to be minuscule, but it'll just make that tower a little more robust. And here, edit the preset, advanced, I'll just make that 40. And if we save that, okay, and then slice it. We'll see just a little wider. See, that's just a little bit wider. It's not really much. If we go here, so multiple extruders, is there anything here that would indicate white tower? I don't see anything that would indicate individual white towers. Okay, so let's look at this tower and see how it is. Yeah, that whole middle is really rough. And it's got a booger hanging around. So I'm going to cancel this. pump that up. Yep, whole 0, that's good. And then stop the print. I want this to stay at 65, 50. And where is my... I'm going to be in the way here for a second. That looked really good. There we go. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Clean that off. Everything is good. Let's go ahead and reprint. No, we're gonna resend it. Send. Upload and print. There we go. That white tower is going to fail. You need to set a specific extruder for the tower walls. I did, and it's PET G for the tower walls. I did. If we go here and go to the print settings and multiple extruders, here is where that is all set to the PET G print extruder. So I think bed adhesion is at a good point. It's getting that white tower to behave. And I think the biggest issue with that was the PLA oozing out when it starts the tower, which then pulls things across the tower and just messes everything up. Okay. Continue around the white tower settings so PLA and PETG aren't on top of each other but beside. I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's okay in the middle of those as long as the perimeter of it keeps everything, that's what keeps everything held together. Oh, that was pulling all kinds of goo that off the top there. Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine. don't know what it's doing, waiting for right here. Is it waiting for the other tool head to heat up? Sorry, I might be in the way. Trying to figure out, make sure things are okay. They're looking okay. This is all this wipe tower and stuff is all software stuff. I mean, this is what's hopefully going to come from the wider availability of tool changers, is identifying areas where having some choices in how stuff is configured, like the wipe tower, will hopefully just improve over time. I want to watch this when it changes. I want to make sure it does that 25mm retract. So I'm going to watch the little red mark I put on the extruder there. I didn't see it, but I didn't necessarily. I blinked. Okay, that's looking okay. Hey, Brent. We're doing actual print. Actual live print. Shush, Collie. Shush. Hi, Oscar. Yeah, something that's happening here is the PETG is leaving a significant blob up at the, not significant, but a blob up on the silicone wiper. And it then has to purge that in the tower. So you can see right in here, it's not fully PETG there. So I'm curious what the PLA is going to do. Hopefully that gets taken care of in these next couple of things when it retracts. Yes. When it does that 25mm pre-dock retract. Hmm. Okay, is it gonna do the retract or does it do another? I think it does another layer of PETG. Yeah, one more layer of PETG. Can probably increase or decrease the print time by increasing support print speed. I bet you it can be faster than this. Let's see what support print speed is set to. Support material is only 40. Yeah, it needs to be faster than that. Oops, I didn't see. Okay, let's watch this one and see if it. I'm going to be in the way, but I need to see. Yes. Let's just grab this little, get out of the way. That little blob right there. And I think we're going to be good. It did the retract and put it back. So let's see what happens if we change this even to like, oh, hold on. Let's first go here. We've got a 4-hour print. Let's go to speed and change this support material even to 80. Well, we're not exceeding some minimum layer time apparently, because it's still it only reduced it by a minute. So something else is impacting that number more than that support print speed. Let's look at what is volumetric flow rate. Is the tower is the only thing that's hitting 21 in some small areas on the print. Most things are way low. Why is that? Any ideas? Let's see, cooling, minimum print speed. Max volumetric flow is 20, but we're not hitting 20 for most of this print. So it's slow down if layer time is below 1 second. So this shouldn't be impacting it. Minimum print speed. Let's go, I mean, let's just change that to 40 just for fun. And then let's go to, because that's the support. I just want to see what that does to the, nope, didn't change. So let's look at the support preset. Same thing. It's only 1 second. Slow down if layer print time is below 1 second. Everything looks good still. Hey, Stuart. Let's do this again. 40. Just so both of them are changed. If we slice it. Not changing the estimate at all. Why is it? Enable fan. Hey, buddy. Print settings, speeds. I don't know what is slowing it down and not allowing it to change when we made changes to the settings. Any thoughts? I'm not sure. same max volumetric speed here. Zero for no limit, 0 for no limit. I guess this should be ET. That doesn't matter. But it's not hitting anywhere close. But the print speeds, here, let's see what we're doing for print speed. Everything is like 100. Ahmed, how are you? We're hitting some of those in infill. Is it just perimeter speeds then? Here, let's go here. Perimeters are 300. Small perimeters and external perimeters are still 120. Let's see. Let's increase this to 200. Slice it. That only reduced it by a minute. So if we go support 160, does that change? Oops, I don't want that. No, it's changing the speed, but it's not changing the print time. It's changing the speed that it's printing at. Is there an actual speed? Here, actual speed. That's where we're seeing accelerations. So yeah, I mean, complicated part, lots of things moving. Complicated, lots of things starting and stopping. So lots of acceleration influenced speed, actual speeds there. The tower's looking great now. Yeah, that's looking good. Tower's looking good. Print's looking good. Let's see. That would be a good thing to try next then. If we go to speed and support excels. Is there a support excels? There's no separate support acceleration? Is it under here? Or, huh. I didn't see a support. There's support speed, but not support excels. Support material, if we change this to grid. Can you increase travel speed? Probably. Why? Sure. See what this does. Whole lot more material and a lot more time. Overall, more material and more time. Now, the angles and stuff can be changed. Travel speed. Yeah, it can probably be more than that. But But this appears to be maybe, I mean, less material and less time doing it the way I've done it. Do you know if Orca can do support material or support print Excels? I'm pretty happy with this so far, though. The wipe tower looks good. The print looks good. There's no weird stringing on the PET G. We might have our first actual part for the build here. We can open up Orca. Let's see. It might not be the latest version, but we can open up Orca. Decisive 2.3.2. I'm just going to cancel that there. I'm only 0.1 off. Where do we go? Is it here? It's a Delta Flyer, but still go. Maybe speed. Accelerations. I don't see it. Yep, I don't see it. Speed tab, then scroll down. Yep. I don't see it. Okay. That's okay. I mean, prints take what they take, right? Especially in our segment here where we're just having fun. We just need a good result. If we can get it done quicker, then sure. But I just need this to succeed. I guarantee that it's not just using machine limits, because this isn't whatever 8,000 or whatever I have set for the machine Excel limits. It's reducing it somewhere. But I am happy that we were able to make changes, and the wipe tower is way happier. That is a beautiful wipe tower. I wonder if I can get a close-up view of this. Look at that. It's gorgeous. The whole thing looking great. How many tool changes do we have here? It's not going to be a ton. 116 tool changes for this part. We'll see how this turns out. I might print the other one at 0.1 layer height, and see how it turns out and make a decision from there. Longer print times, but some of this stuff will look better at 0.1 layer height. I'll find out whatever its mating piece is. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to print the gears in. What material. Let me see. Was there any... Wipe towers, how many grams in relation to the part? Used filament It's about half. So it's about a third of the total print volume here. That supports too. That's not just the wipe tower. The wipe tower here. Wipe tower is 2.69 grams. Total for extruder 2 with supports is 25 grams. But that's even when I doubled the amount of purge on the wipe tower from 20 to 40. So, but what I was doing is I was going over here and looking for the build guide. Here we go. The build guide, and see what we can glean from here on what we need to do. "3D print settings. All the parts are saved. Click here for the printing matrix." Let's see how close I was for print 4, I think this is. So 3 lines, 0.16 layer height is the recommendation. 20% infill. What did I set here? Yeah, 20%. I did 4 lines. And yes, supports only touching build plate and no adhesion. Oh, whether you need an outer prim or anything. This is nice. This is a nice thing. I wish 3D sets did something like this. If you're using Orca or Prusa Slicer, I recommend you to block supports on the holes. Yep, we did that. What do we have here for what is... This calibration print is not mandatory. Follow the recommended settings. Setting 30 lines wall loops guarantees a perfect concentric infill. The option's better than standard 100% infill since the strength is almost the same. Full infill is not necessary if you already set 30 lines. Got it. This one, what is this? Looking for single parts, don't worry, check the extra folder. Okay, not too worried about that. This is the same 30 lines, 30 lines. Yeah, all of them are set to 0.16. I will change that in the next print. I'm gonna let this one go. The main point here on this print is to see how the incompatible supports are working and that the tool changing is working. But they didn't give, they didn't give recommendations on material here. Let's see if there's a recommendation here. Parts list, change log. Then we get into here. The GR2 is a default gearbox for the project. It requires a less expensive setup and is easier to drive. Multiple motor options for this one. And this is with a 60 amp. I'm probably going to just go with the default. These things don't need to run fast to be fun. They feel a little more scale when they're not zipping down, and they last a lot longer. I think I'll stick with the GR2. Let's see. I don't see anything with part or material recommendation. I may just print all of these in the PC blend because that's worked pretty well in the 3D set stuff. if I still have some. If not, then I'll print it in something else. Yeah, lots of these reinforcing screws. What's this? Lots of gearbox stuff, motor. Yeah. Lots of stuff to go through. Lots. Yeah, PC Blend is what I've done on, I think, the Reaper and the Sakura. Okay, what else do they have here? Yeah, this is a $52 model. That's not bad. What else was there? Printing matrix. There was another part list. Let's look at the part list. So, lots of screws. Lots of screws. This is why I'm torn, because I generally like to use just the black oxide screws for this stuff. It looks like that kit place is stainless, and especially in the M2s. M2s are so easy to strip in the stainless. 10 by 15 by 4s. 29 of those. Let's see, do they have optional shocks? Optional parts for the RC version. There we go. I need to figure out what spec for shocks. Oh, here we go. PLA, 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 PLA. Oh, and I was going to do TPU air for the tires. The Soraya Tech stuff. Let's see how this is doing. That Dodge Charger looks pretty cool too. But I think my Mopar build is going to need to be the torque. The torque in my venomous green filament. I'll do the Dodge Charger. Oh yeah. Have they done? Looking here. Have they done their monthly stuff yet? The subscription filament? Subscriptions. I'm just looking here. It's supposed to do, yeah, I don't see it. It's supposed to do the green that I did in their subscription set. Oh yeah, 3D Sets did a new jet boat. It looks cool. I'm not getting it yet. The Triton Racer. It's pretty neat though. Intake here on the bottom, little jet drive. I think it's funny that they're using a dummy 13s. 125% dummy 13, and they got special parts so you can actually secure them in the boat. And a helmet. I've got most of the, that's pretty detailed. That's nice. What truck to pull the trailer? I know, I don't have anything. I have a Landy kit from West 3D. There's not enough time. There's not enough time to do all this. I'm going to need to just start building off stream. If I'm going to catch up on any of the projects. That white tower is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. The only reason I prefer the looks of the Jeep, but it's their oldest model. I need a clone to do my side projects, yeah. It's their oldest model, so it's the least detailed. It's the least interesting to build for me. So, to get the newer design and modeling techniques, you need to use build their newer models. So I think what I'm going to have to do is do an inventory of what black oxide fasteners I have and get the others ordered here pretty soon. Any reason for a wipe tower versus a purge bucket? I can pull the wipe tower off and throw it in the trash when the thing is done. I have to collect all the little purge bucket things otherwise. I'm really curious to see the Core 1 Index stuff with the little pellet setup they have. If there's no tower at all, that means multi, and it does that well, then multi material type prints will be really nice. But this is looking, I'm really pleased with this. This is exactly where I wanted to be today. I wanted to make sure this thing would change tools reliably and we could get the print, the two material print going. Hey, Reverend. Hey, Meadow. So I think with that, I think we're going to call it today. I'll show a picture. I'll post a picture of this when it's done. Tomorrow is going to be a chill and work on whatever I can gather up stream. Maybe do some updates on a couple of printers. Maybe make some progress on rebuilding something. I don't know. It'll be to be determined tomorrow. So I'm going to use some Prusa Mark III from Record for the kit. Awesome. Are you close here, Fegley? Are you within local area? Or did Pooch ship that to you? So, okay. Anyway, have a good one. Thank you everyone for being members. I really appreciate it. Hopefully next month we are starting to build this. I'll just be cycling through the prints. I'll be ready for the drivetrain at least in June. I don't think we'll get beyond the drivetrain in June, but that'll give me some time to get ready for the rest of it beyond that. So with that, have a good rest of your day and hope to see you tomorrow. Enjoy the build. Bye.